by building connections that allow talented, thoughtful, and generous people to unite and take meaningful action through Rotary service. Our club demonstrates every day how we are living President Maloney's mission with our local and international service projects through unity, connections, and action. My name is Jacqueline Thornhill, and I am honored to serve as your 97th president of the greatest Rotary Club in the world. If you have your cell phone, please take it out and participate in our Facebook live stream. And on this day, in television history, in 1986, and boy was I a fan, the episode of Dallas that had Bobby Ewing returning from the dead was aired. In music history in 1970, Motown Records announced that the Jackson 5 had sold 10 million singles worldwide in 9 months. In U.S. president history in 1960, the first televised debate between presidential candidates Richard M. Nixon and John F. Kennedy took place in Chicago, Illinois. And our quote for today comes from author Robert Frost. By working faithfully 8 hours a day, you may eventually get to be the boss, and then you work 12 hours a day. Our invocation will be led by Mike Ballard.
Bow your heads, please. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. We're grateful for all the tender mercies that thou shares with us each day. We're grateful for the that is prepared and will be served to us. We ask thee to bless it to our health and strength. We're grateful for the love that thou hast shown unto us. We pray that we can have a great meeting today and share the spirit of Rotary with all we come in contact. And this we say in the name of our Savior. Amen.
Thank you, Mike. Our song leader today is Jamie Goldsmith.
Thank you, President Jackie. So I am so proud to live in Las Vegas in the state of Nevada that I thought we could sing Home Means Nevada. So I put lyrics on everybody's tables because I know a lot of people don't know the words. Way out in the land of the setting sun, where the wind blows wild and free, there's a lovely spot, just the only one that means home, sweet home to me. If you follow the old Kit Carson trail until desert meets the hills, oh, you certainly will agree with me, it's a place of 1,000 thrills. Home means Nevada, home means the hills, home means the sage and the pines. Out by the Truckee silvery rills, out where the sun always shines, there is a land that I love the best, fairer than all I can see. Right in the heart of the Golden West, home means Nevada to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands.
Okay. Please remember to hold all of our applause until all our visitors and guests have been introduced. We have no international Rotarians today, so visiting Rotarians, please raise your hand. Visiting Rotarians. And please give everyone your attention. I'd appreciate it.
Diane Zapak from the Summerlin Rotary.
Welcome, Diane. Any other visiting Rotarians? Guests of Rotarians, hands high, please. Guests of Rotarians.
Stand up. My guest today is Sophia Parenteau, and she is in employee benefits.
Visiting Rotarians, raise your hand. Oh, isn't that sweet?
Crazy. Okay, sorry, you guys. Okay, our guest today is Jennifer Vaughn. She's with UNLV College of Fine Arts and Design. Welcome.
Welcome, Jennifer. Other guests of Rotarians? Hands high. Guests of Rotarians.
Well, we have a table mate over here, Bert, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Bert Reiner. I'm a toy engineer. I'm in the process of trying to join this club. I came from Connecticut, and I'm now a resident of Las Vegas.
Wonderful. Welcome. Love to have you. Other guests of Rotarians?
I would like to introduce my husband, Dennis Burkhart, and probably the newest member or guest to be
Rotarian
able
in the
to
making.
attend. Exactly. This is Kaylin, and it's our granddaughter, and we've been awarded custody temporarily, and she is 3 weeks old today.
Welcome. Other guests of Rotarians? Guests of Rotarians? Any others? I'd like to introduce the guests at my head table, please. Our speaker today is Dean Nancy Usher, UNLV College of Fine Arts, and Diane Sapact, her Director of Development, and Stu Lipoff. Let's welcome all of our visiting Rotarians and guests. I'd like to thank the Rotarians who helped out today. Setup was Kathy Mahan. Greeters are Lucy Parati. Invocation by Mike Ballard. Our song leader was Jamie Goldsmith. Teardown will be Michael Williams and Judith Pinkerton. Our sergeant at arms is Mike Kudiamat. Our scribe is Michelle Roy. Photographer past president Jim Tucker. Tickets Marie Walsh and John Injemy. And all things technical Kirk Holmes and Stu Lipoff. First of all, you see what's going on the screen up here. We're approaching the anniversary of 1 October. I just want to remind all of you that we continue to stay, our club continues to stay very active in the community, both past, present, and future. And if you remember, we paid for 3 funerals for the victims. So would everyone please stand? I'd like to have a moment of silence for the victims. Thank you very much. Please be seated. We're passing around the roster for one final time. Please check it for accuracy and initial it if it is, this is the last time. People of Action campaign, please continue to send your People of Action photos to me. A reminder about your monthly or quarterly contributions to our Las Vegas Rotary Foundation is what helps fund our projects, such as Santa Claus, Wetzel, RILA, the Canned Food Drive, community grants, and many others, so thank you. Reminder, the pilot program for the new Rotary International project, Together We Read, is currently running from now until November 1st. District 5300 is now one of 3 districts still participating in the pilot program as we focus on the 0 to 5 age kids here in the U.S. If you're interested, see me, Tony Kern, or Kathy Mahan. International Convention, a couple of you have let me know that you are planning to attend, is in Hawaii, June 6th through 10. Be sure and register early. Remember, attendance is limited this year to 25,000, so if you want to go, I highly recommend it. And some of you may remember, you may have heard about a balloon accident that happened recently. Our member, Kevin Cloney, was involved in that accident. He was the pilot on that balloon. He's also a very good friend of mine. I talked to him, and it was a freak accident where the wind caught the balloon and spun it around, and he and one other person were thrown out of the balloon. But his quick thinking, he saved everyone inside the balloon from any serious injury. So nobody is seriously injured. It's been investigated by all of the federal bureaucracies and looks like we're a go. He has, and we have approved his letter of his leave of absence, and to the kindness of past President Representative Randy Campanelli, who has volunteered to pay his 3 months of fees, and I think Randy deserves recognition for that. And congratulations to past President Jim Cole and his board of directors for receiving the Rotary Citation Award with gold distinction for last year. And there will be a short board of director meeting directly after in the Vintage Room. Now, it is the fourth Thursday of the month, and therefore it is time for the Rotarian of the Month. Again, a very, very easy choice for me. Her energy in planning fundraisers for our canned food drive, once again chairing the wonderful SOAR event, and all that she's doing to help the 25 Club as their advisor. Please make welcome for our Rotarian of the Month, Jamie Goldsmith.
Oh, thank you. I love being part of the Rotary Club, and I'm happy for all my friends.
Wipe my glasses.
And I love all the good stuff we do for the community. Thank you.
Well deserved. Okay, I'd like to call forward Rosalie Hedrick for a special presentation, please.
Here we go. So how are you ready?
Stu? Stu? Membership drive. Is it ready?
I need a clicker. Can I put this here?
Yeah, you put it.
Okay. Just like this. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm going to stand a little sideways, sorry, so I can see what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm very excited because I want to tell everyone about our membership drive that we're doing. Janet and Jackie and myself worked on this, and we're really excited about it because our goal is to try and help grow our club. So this is a fourth quarter membership drive only. And we're going to name this project 140 Project. The reason for 140 Project is because that's the number that we want to be up to for the number of memberships that we have in the club. So I want to remind you what the membership committee does. Our membership committee and subcommittees are responsible for mentorship, recruiting, attendance, retention, education, and fellowship of new members. Our goal for this fiscal year is net 9+ members. To date, we have 4 new members with a net of 2. So we have a little ways to go and grow. So the benefits of membership are this, and these are the things that I would like you to tell people when you're meeting with them. These are really important aspects of what we do in the club, and we narrowed it down to these items, so please keep this in mind. One is our presenter speaker lineup. As you know, we have the wonderful speakers here that help us learn about our community, our nonprofits, and the ways that we can help within the community. Our social events during the holiday time, for example, we have the cigar social coming up, and we also have the Halloween party coming up very soon. Community events during during the fourth quarter, which one of the things that you could invite a guest to would be Santa Claus. We all know how wonderful Santa Claus is. For example, I have my entire team at work working on that project with me now every year, and they look forward to it and love it so much. They can also attend a lunch meeting and a social, so we'd like you to do both of these things so they get an idea of what our lunch is and how we interact together here, as well as socially, just as friendships and fellowship. Next, we have friendships and fellowships are developed within the club. For example, I've developed some very great friendships here in this club. 2 of those people I travel with regularly. I'm sure you all have seen our pictures on Facebook. Do business with people of high ethical standards and practices, and I think we could all believe that we all do business with people in this club that are very ethical. And we all respect each other within our lines of business, and that's great that you have a group of people this size that you can do that with. It's also advancement of international understanding. For one, we learn about global peace. We can reach out on projects internationally. We can have an understanding of what other countries are going through. We can volunteer our time to those projects. Last but not least, they can be a part of the premier community service organization in Las Vegas, in Nevada, in the USA, and in the world. So let's talk about what our campaign details are. Number 1, it runs October 1st through December 19th. We do not do it the last 2 weeks due to the holidays. You can bring a prospective member to lunch. Complimentary lunches now are at 2 versus 3. You can treat your prospective member to a social event to showcase our amazing socials and events, as I've already talked about. We will also have a weekly recap, which will be done by Jackie. She will present each week. We will be talking about the numbers of interviews conducted and the number of applications that we are receiving. Those who present us with someone to interview and get an application will also be recognized as a sponsoring member. And, of course, what's in it for me? The most important part. So whoever sponsors the most members during the campaign with this criteria, they need to be they need to become prospective members. They need to be a direct recruit, which means that they couldn't have come through our channel of RI, which we are utilizing as well. The interview needs to be conducted. The application needs to be received. The application needs to be circulated amongst membership. And the membership needs to be approved. Now, what's in it for me, right? Everyone, or whoever wins this, will have $100 in Lowry's Bucks provided to them and will be recognized to the club as a whole. So, there you go, folks. And I want to see all of you participate, so I'm looking forward to your referrals. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rosalie. And everybody, let's get some prospective members in here. Okay, I'd like to please, Mike, if you're still around, bring all the way up here to Diane Zapak. She's going to talk about a fundraiser from her club.
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you, everyone. I'll be very brief. So we have a Harvest Wine Festival.
Please.
And we are selling raffle tickets, and the raffle prizes are high-end, high-select wines that are valued at anywhere from $100 and higher. So there will be a drawing on October 8th. You do not have to be present to win. I have a flyer. When you go out the door there, you can pick one up, and you can purchase the tickets online. I do have a few tickets with me if you would like to purchase them before you leave today. They're $20 each or $6 for $100. They support our community service programs, and thank you for this opportunity to share that opportunity with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Appreciate it. Now, lastly, I'd like to call Rose Faloco forward, please. You're on your own on this one, Rose.
Okay. All right. It's hockey time again tomorrow night. Anybody up for a hockey game? I have 3 tickets. Same location, Jack Daniel's Lounge. We'll start the bid at $150 for all 3. Anybody want them? And I'm donating the proceeds to the canned food drive. Any takers? Okay, who put their hand up first? 100, 150? 175? Any higher? 3 tickets. 175, 200? Anybody?
Tell them where it's located, Rose.
Jack Daniel's Lounge. You have private access. You get to enter early. These are great seats. Center ice behind the Knights. 7 p.m. 200? We have 200, 225? Janice, 225. Do I hear 250? Going once, going twice. So, Janice, thank you.
Janice.
See me later.
you,
I'll
Rose.
email you the tickets.
Okay, we have an ambitious agenda today, so we have about 5 minutes for fellowship. So 1, 2, 3, go. Attention, everyone, for our announcements. Mike, are you ready to swing into action? Okay, everyone, please give your attention to the announcements. Please bring the microphone up to Carrie Gross. She's going to tell us about the canned food drive and the Halloween party. Everyone, please. Okay. Please give attention to the announcements. Thank you.
Hi, guys. Well, we are still, going strong with the canned food drive. There are 3 different ways you can help us with the canned food drive this year. One is what you have on your tables, the buckets, spare change, spare dollars. Any and everything that you can do on a weekly basis would be great. And thank you, Rose, for your tickets. That was definitely appreciated. Also, we have the Halloween party coming up. The Halloween party is going to benefit the canned food drive. This year, it's going to be at Past President Russ Swain's on the 19th at 6 p.m. We are going to have prizes. We're going to have raffles and costume contests. This is kid-friendly. So please join us and help us support the canned food drive. And lastly, one new addition to the Green Book is the straight-out donation to the canned food drive. So you want to write a number, more than welcome to, and hopefully we can get our goal to $10,000 for this year's take-in.
Thank you, Carrie. And just so you know, at the Halloween party, past President Russ Swain will not be home, so it is party time.
Without Russ.
Please take the microphone to past President Dave Thorson about today's Wetzel Awards.
All right, folks, today is the Wetzel Awards out at Nellis Air Force Base. The ceremony starts at 3, so we ask everybody to please show up at the main gate at 2:30, and they will shuttle us on through security. Who's planning on coming? I'm going to check the list, but okay. So please be there by 2:30. At 2:45 sharp, maybe even a little bit before, the bus will leave the visitor station because we don't want to keep the general waiting, which we did last quarter, which wasn't a good idea. So at least not for me, because my career sort of depends on these people. So we'll see you there. It's a great ceremony. If you're not on the list, it's not too late to attend.
Thank you, Dave. Please take the microphone to Renee Gamero about our 25 Club social wrap-up, please.
Hello, fellow Rotarians, boys and girls. You missed quite an event on Thursday over our 25 Club social.
Everyone, please attention.
I thought it was a wonderfully held event, but I really wanted a perspective from people that were there. I see several that were here, so I was asking in favor of our past president, Jim Hunt, who was there, to give us a example of what it was like.
Yeah, I think it's important that we all know that when we hear 25 Club social, that we don't think it's just for the 25 Club. We had a pretty good representation of both established members and new members alike, but they're really great events. And I can't think of a better example than that Make-A-Wish Foundation. We've all heard of Make-A-Wish. We know the wonderful work that they do. But to go through their facility, which was amazing, and kudos to Allegiant Airlines for sponsoring them and giving them the space that they do, and to hear the stories of how a wish is first nominated, how it goes through the process of being approved, the planning, and then the implementation of a wish, and the cost per wish. I think she said the average was about $10,000, but anything from travel all the way around the world to, meeting a favorite celebrity and having a lot of good examples. But the point is really, make sure you go to these 25 Club socials if you can. You'll learn a lot. You'll meet new members, get to know them a lot better. It's a great opportunity for a lot of it. So be there when you can.
Thank you.
Thank you, Renee. Please take the microphone to Marie Walsh to talk about the Beckley Harvest Festival.
Thank you, President Jackie. Beckley is having a Harvard Festival on October the 18th. We are asking that Rotarians would bring in candy. When you go to get your Halloween candy for all your little ghosts and goblins, think of the Beckley children. We have over 900 children at Beckley that will be going to the Harvest Festival and looking for candy. So if you would bring in the donations at the next couple of meetings, I will take them right to Beckley, and I'm thanking you ahead of time. I would also like to make mention of the next Breakfast with Books, which is October the 8th. We need any and every Rotarian to come and participate in this wonderful morning. I'm not a member now. We would love to have you so you can see the workings of Breakfast with Books. The Green Book has the form in it, so make it out. If you have any questions, I'm always around to answer them. And thank you.
Thank you, Marie. And Breakfast with Books is an amazing success story, so I highly recommend you all come. Okay, please take the microphone, please, to Eric Astromecki about our annual fundraiser. We're underway.
So if you're on the annual spring fundraiser committee, you probably received an email from me yesterday. Our meeting is going to be after next week's meeting, October 3rd. So if you can make it, that'd be really great. We're going to kind of go over a list of the sponsorship packages and officially kind of kick things off. The tentative date we set has been April 25th, which is a Saturday, but more information to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Please take the microphone to Michael Williams about our upcoming District 5300 Peace Conference.
Everybody get their email announcing the Peace Conference? We just sent out. So this is the first time ever we've ever done this. So coming from this club, I'm sure there's going to be a great participation. We still have plenty of time, but if you have any questions, come and see me. Next week I'll tell you who else is coming to the conference as well. It's be at Treasure Island, November the 16th. It's only a half a day. It's not a whole day participation.
And you can register online, is that correct?
Yes.
And
absolutely.
the cost?
Cost, adults $35, students are $10. And how many, Jackie, do we have kids coming that we're going to donate?
We have at least 10 coming from the Clark Interact Club.
Good.
That I'm aware of. Thank you. Okay, the UNLV tailgate is coming up on October 5th. Anil Melnick will be doing the catering. It'll be in the same parking lot where Russ Swain always parks his big RV. And we need at least 20 people, so please sign up in the Green Book as we send it around. That's always a very fun event. Okay, Mike, please take the microphone back to past President Jim Hunt about our upcoming cigar social.
Thank you, President Jackie. Yeah, as I mentioned last week, this week we have a sign-up sheet in the Green Book for October 25th, which will be the next cigar social at Randy Donald's home on his patio. Should be beautiful weather. Money goes to the foundation, and we'll be raising cigars for the troops again. So mark your calendars and join us on the 25th. Thanks.
Thank you. And lastly, please take the microphone to Bill Houghton about Teen Leadership Camp.
Hello, fellow Rotarians.
Hello.
Thanks, Jim. One of my favorite roles in Rotary really has to be Director of Youth Advocacy. And we're starting off a Teen Leadership Camp, which is held in Running Springs, California, is for between 250 and 300 8th graders. Our club has graciously agreed to sponsor 12 students from our community, and the camp is being held on December 6th, 7th, and 8th. It's an application process. We will be approaching Cashman Middle School here within a few days, but I wanted to announce it today, and we sent out an e-blast to get on my radar now so that we know if any Rotarians have kids, grandkids, nephews, nieces, because we want to make sure that your applications are reviewed and considered first. So just let me know, reach out to any of us, and we'll do it. Oh, and Sean has blank forms because she's awesome. So thanks, guys. TLC, December 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Thank you, Bill. Okay, the raffle drawing is today's total is 1,306 plus today's take. To draw for the Joker, everyone ready? 5330219 0219. All right, Dave Lester. All right, Dave.
There you go.
Thank you, Dave. Better luck next time. Okay, for the Lowry Bucks, please. 533-0153. 0153. Who has the Lowry Bucks tickets? 0153. All right, Carolyn again. She was up here last week. Okay, one last thing. Since he is attending this week, I just wanted to thank past President Tom Thomas once again for donating the projector to us. Okay, I'd like to call forward Stu Lipoff, who will introduce our speaker today.
So thank you, President Jackie, and good afternoon to my fellow Rotarians. For just a moment, I want to take you to a dark place. Imagine a world without fine arts. Blank walls in our home, no music, empty museums, no films, no dance, no theater, gray shell buildings, and the only amusing content on TV is fake news. Such a world would be a soulless, cold, and unhappy place to live. However, a prerequisite to fill our lives with fine arts are artists and content creators. And we are so fortunate to have in our community a first-class college of fine arts to nurture and mature the creative energies and talent of their students. As these students graduate, we not only enjoy the benefits of those who remain to fill our abundance of local performance venues, but also go on to enrich the lives of the rest of the world as they move out into the diaspora. The success of a large and complex institution such as UNLV's College of Fine Arts requires well-qualified leadership. And looking at Dr. Usher's biography, you can find that all the boxes are checked. 2 decades as a talented concert violinist, 12 years on the music faculty at the University of New Mexico, co-president at the California Institute of Arts, and most recently 5 years as president of Cornish College of the Arts in Seattle. However, effective leadership requires more than just an impressive list of life experiences. To be effective, a leader in a public university also needs to develop and sell her exciting vision of the future to both internal and external stakeholders. Through the strength of her personality and boundless energy and talent and requisite abilities to lead the College of Fine Arts into an exciting future. And I am so proud to be able to introduce her to the club.
Thank you so much. That was a lovely introduction. I'm honored, really. And I'm very honored to be here with all of you today. As I listened to your meeting with President Jackie and tried to comprehend all the ways in which you enrich our community, I'm humbled to be here and to be among you. I'm also very moved by your tribute to the victims of the tragedy 2 years ago. The fact that these people have names and photos and you're watching them and paying honor to them and even paying for some of the funerals tells me so much about the character of your wonderful chapter. I know this is an important chapter. Historically, I think you're almost 100 years old. And I want to also mention that we have among you some UNLV luminaries. Carolyn Sparks, former regent, current trustee, wonderful, wonderful contributor to the spirit of our university. Kim Neone, great leader in the fundraising world. Of course, our very own Diane Zapak and Jennifer Vaughn, so kind to spend their time with us here today. I think our work here with you in the next half hour is really to give you a sense, sort of an overview of our college, but the most important message that I can bring you is one of sharing. We want so much to be part of your family and you part of ours. We want to bring you in. I want to say Stu, as a new citizen a fairly new citizen of our city, has joined our advocacy group. And Stu, I want to thank you so much, what you've already done for our college, as well as I know for the Rotary Club. And I know you had a lot to do with our being here today, so thank you so much. I want to thank President Jackie. So I think I want to tell a little story. We have a slideshow, but I want to tell a little story before we start, because I want to bring you into my world. And my world is the college's world, it's the university's world. I'm here to serve, and I'm blessed. I'm very, very fortunate. So I want to tell you about what happened in an hour this morning, right before my dear colleagues and I came to this beautiful restaurant for this incredible lunch. I'm walking in the campus, and a lovely new faculty member of graphic design stops me. He says, "Dean, I'm so excited. You should see what our students have done so far. This is the 5th week of the semester. We're just glowing. The work is incredible." And I say, "Oh, I'm so proud. Let's get together. I'd love to see what the students are doing, because we're all about the students, and it is such a privilege to serve our students and faculty." So I get into the elevator. I meet in the elevator a director of one of the plays that's going to be on our Nevada Conservatory Theater roster this year. You're going to hear all about our and this is an amazing group of students. They are going to take risks. I said, that's incredible, but look at the mentorship they have from you. And he said, this is really going to be a phenomenal cast, and the performances are going to be great. So then I wander into our offices. I'm not going to say too much about my conversation with Diane, but I will tell you that she had amazing news this morning about a very significant gift, and we are so humbled and proud and grateful for all of the wonderful people in our community who help us. That just made our morning. Then I happened to look at an email. Honestly, I try to stay away from them as much as I can, but it doesn't work very well. So I get an email message from our head of healthcare design in our School of Architecture with incredible news about one of our graduate students, a young woman from El Salvador who's just been assigned a project with our fantastic medical school to build some kind of a biomedical containment system. And I think to myself, as we're driving here, we have a slideshow which will give you an overview of the college, but I think how lucky am I to be serving a school in a great university where students are making their mark in such amazing ways. Because you'll see that one of our slides is about our mission, in which we say we're going to educate visionaries that are going to transform the world. We have high hopes, incredible ambition to serve our community, our nation, and the world. I think much like the Rotary Club in which you serve. So I just wanted to give you, that all happened within about 60 minutes. And I sometimes feel that, I guess get goose pimples all day long, frankly, about the amazing potential in our society and our humanity, and the beautiful words that Stu shared with us about what the arts does for our souls and our lives and our society. So I couldn't be prouder, but let me tell you a little bit more factual information about our college. So let's see if I remember how to do this. Okay. May I read the mission statement to you? I'm so proud of our mission statement. The College of Fine Arts, a creative nexus anchored within the vibrant and diverse culture of Las Vegas, boldly launches visionaries who transform the global community through collaboration, scholarship, and innovation. I don't have to tell you that forming a mission statement is really onerous and very deeply challenging work. So we spent about 6 months, a whole team, not just myself, but a whole team within our strategic planning framework 2 years ago. And I think this captures a lot. And again, I think it's very congruent to the work that you do. So who are we? I already told you about a few of our units. We have the theater, we have the art, we have the architecture. We have 7 academic units, and some of them, I mean, they're all, I love all of them equally. They're all wonderful, and we have some unusual ones. The entertainment, engineering, and design work is one of very few in the world. And of course, it is so perfect for our Las Vegas, because it means that the Strip is our laboratory, and many of our students go out and create new ideas about lighting design. They citizens. I truly believe that. But all of our work is important. And what's really wonderful right now, I see more and more, it's starting my 4th year as dean, they're working together. They're working across boundaries. And that gives our students a wonderful sense of what it means to collaborate. So I couldn't be prouder about that. We also have a performing arts center. We have theater venues, curated spaces. The Barrett Museum of Art is also under our college. We have, may I say, we have a great college. So here is our performing arts center. I'm sure that many of you have been there. We're proud. We have a number of different kinds of venues. I know we'll have some time for discussion at the end of this slideshow, and I want to tell you over and over again, we want you to come. And I want to be helpful. I have my card here. I want to offer you tickets if you've never been before. We really would love to get you on campus. And you know what? We even have our own dedicated parking space now. And I know parking is super important, and after a certain time of the day, actually, parking is free. Some people don't know that. Okay. Now, I think the point of giving you some of these statistics now is to tell you that we have, on the degree level, almost 2,200 students, but we have about 800 more who are coming through all the time as minors, and they're studying the history of rock and roll. We have some online courses. And I've done some research lately. I haven't had a chance to share this with Diane and Jennifer, but we're probably one of the top 10 fine arts colleges in the country in size. Very few fine arts colleges are our size. So we're proud. I mean, size isn't everything, but it shows that we're trying to serve our students the best possible way with a stellar education. And we want to do as much good as possible, so we will be growing in population about 10% a year. We said that 2 years ago, and each year we have grown. So, you know, we think that that's the right way forward for us. And I just wanted to say we offer a lot of degrees as well, about 17, and that's the bachelor's degree, different kinds of bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and we offer a doctorate in music, and we also have a brand new artist diploma for people who are at the doctoral level, but they might be international students who might already have a doctorate. So it breaks down a little bit more. I think you may have heard that these days in higher education, very often the females are a larger group than the males. We would be very happy to see that equalized, but those are the demographics we're hearing more and more about. Here are some ways in which we're diverse. You know that we're the most diverse university in the entire nation. We are so proud of that. And diversity means many things. We'll talk about that. But we welcome people of all ages, and we rejoice in the education we provide to all of them. And you know, one of the stories that I like to share with you is my first year. We have a couple of film festivals. We have something called Spring Flicks, and we have the 48-hour film festival where students run all around campus or wherever they are, and they shoot a film, and then there's a competition. And I remember the first time I realized how broad our demographic was in age, because I saw people of all ages, you know, making a film together, and then I realized they were all students. It was fantastic. I love that very much about our university and about our college. And then, you know, we are proud students, and they become alumni, and by the way, they're going to belong to us forever, because we want to keep serving our alumni. And really profound to me. Now, of course, I like to brag about our college, and I think, uh-oh, am I leaving something out? You know, and of course, we do leave things out. We can always make up for it because we're a place of continuous improvement, and that means I'm a person, hopefully, of continuous improvement. So I'll mention something the next time that I don't mention today. But, you know, we saw in our mission statement, we're about transformation. So isn't it wonderful that the Cosmopolitan friends that we have decided to help us offer a Change Maker in the Arts Award? I am so proud of that award. We offered it for the first time last year. It's a $5,000 award. It was a competitive process. I had a secret jury. I didn't tell anyone who was on it. I wasn't on it, who I tasked with looking at all the applications and choosing one. But we had so many good applications, I ended up making a couple of other awards as well. The Emerging Artist, who is looking at change differently, and so forth. But we are very proud. It's unusual, but it won't be in a few years, to have a postdoctoral fellow in the arts. We think of that designation perhaps as being a little bit more common in science and social sciences and so forth, and even humanities. But we do this year have a postdoc fellow, someone who has a doctorate. He's an international student, and he's creating knowledge. He's a performing artist who also does a lot of research. And so we want to keep that up. But we're proud of that. We're starting a project called Arts Transforms Lives. Actually, some other Rotary clubs in our region have adopted some schools, and we're sending teaching artists in, some of our students. And then we're inviting the principals and some students from different elementary and high schools to come to campus and get free tickets to our events. And in the meantime, our own students are learning how to be teaching artists, which will serve them so well in their artistic lives. We have a passport program. We believe in international education. We believe in educating global artists. And a very wonderful gift came to us, and we're using part of that gift to offer any student who does not have a passport a free passport. We've now done, I think more than 100 of our students have come forward and said they never traveled before. We pay for their passports. And we have a lot more resources devoted to that. For anyone who's never traveled, we will buy their passport for them. And I believe that that's a right thing to do. We've just become a member of the Alliance for Arts and Research Universities because we believe the arts is about research and practice. We believe about creating knowledge. We believe in something called practice-led research. And so we're proud to be a contributor to our wonderful research, R1 University, who's really in the top tier category, and we want our arts college to be right there with the other colleges in doing research as well as performance. And then I mentioned before, we're doing more and more collaboration. It is so exciting. We want so much for you to come and see it. I wanted to say that one of our new leaders, this is an example for you. One of our new leaders, our new director of the architecture school, has just been invited to Harvard as one of 20 leading thinkers worldwide for the Future Cities Conference in November. While we're very proud of Stefan, I want to say that he's one of a number of our faculty members and directors and chairs who routinely get invited to such conferences. But I did want you to get a glimpse about the leadership in the different disciplines we have. We are so fortunate. And of course, this is true among all the different colleges at the university. I just wanted to give you an example of how proud we are that we're sharing the talent and the expertise that we have with Harvard and many other universities. We're on the forefront of some digital art and design tools. We have all kinds of great equipment. And by the way, we can never sit still. We can never be complacent because we know our disciplines are running ahead, and we want to prepare our students for professions that don't even exist yet. We always say it's fine to welcome them and their parents to be part of our family when they enter, But where are we going to be with them in 4 years? Or in the case of graduate students, in even more years, we have to be ready for what they don't even know they're going to be doing yet. And so therefore our equipment, our technology has to stay current and really be congruent with the way life will be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. Jennifer was so kind, our wonderful communications director, to help pull together something we call Points of Pride. It's a little bit hard to read here, but we did, for your convenience, have copies on your table. And again, you know, it's not everything, it's not exhaustive, it's not comprehensive, but it gives you a flavor. It gives you an impression of the things we're really, really proud about. And I just mentioned I was in the elevator with Doug Hill, who's going to be directing one of our plays, and this is from our Nevada Conservatory Theater. So we house in our college one of the preeminent regional theaters in our region, in our area, and we want you to get to one of our plays, or more, at least one. We have a great museum. Right now we have a really interesting exhibit up called Connective Tissue that was created by a neuroscientist who's also an artist. Isn't that interesting? I'll tell you a little gossipy fact. I think I'll tell everyone. Leafing through the New York Times several months ago in the wedding notices, I noticed that Amanda, who I knew was coming to do this project, I saw, wow, she's getting married. How wonderful. And what does she say in her wedding notice in the New York Times? She says how much she's looking forward to her forthcoming exhibition at the Barrick Museum of Art in Las Vegas. I was very excited. She didn't have to put it in her wedding notice, but I was really happy she did. And so I want to invite all of you to come. These are free exhibitions. We're open every day. I'm so proud of all of our units, but this one recently got mentioned as one of the top 10 dance programs in the nation. And it's a formidable program. Every 2 years they go to Korea, and they come together with another university there, and the students from America and Korea come together and dance together. And I had the privilege of being with them in Korea last fall, where Stowe Shoemaker, the head of our hospitality school, and I co-chaired a reception for hospitality and fine arts together. Isn't that what we have? We have great deans. They're wonderful, wonderful colleagues. So I'm so proud of dance. I told you that we're buying passports. We want to make sure that our students, if they choose to travel, we want to make it possible for them. And then once they have their passports, they need to do something wonderful with them. And we want it to be in the arts. And so we have these kinds of projects going on for our students, because we want their education here to be distinguished from the education they would get at every other university. Of course, every other university wants that too, and that's correct. Each one of us offers something special, and we love all of our universities. But we're so proud that we don't just have the classroom is great, and we have great professors. We want our students to experience the world, and we want them to get out there and make art, make work, and never let the thing happen that Stu talked about. We never want a world without the arts. So we want our students to feel the agency, the inventiveness, that they can get up and make life different for somebody who's in the audience. That's one of our major goals. So we're really proud about these global endeavors. We heard the last time, a year ago, we had a strategic planning session, and some of our faculty and students and community members said, why aren't we at the legislature in Carson City to tell them about our college? And I thought, we're going to be there. And so March 6, 2019, about 25 of us marched, I mean, we didn't walk, but we marched on the plane, and we got to Carson City, and we did, I was just so proud that our woodwind quintet played in the legislative building. We had a reception for the legislators that night. The next night we had a reception in the Carson City Art Center, which is run by one of our alumni. And we had many of our arts were displayed there. And the legislators told us they were very happy. And Luis Valera, our vice president, said, Nancy, people usually run the other way when they see me, but now after the arts came, they came and congratulated me. I'm not sure those were his exact words, but he said the arts made it easier for him. So isn't that what the arts is supposed to do? We were so proud. And I was lucky enough to be with Barbara Atkinson, who is our outgoing and founding dean of the medical school. And I thought, wow, I love the medical school. I thought, wow, how wonderful that the arts and medicine is going to all, together are going to be at all these different legislators' offices. We went to many. And I love Barbara, our founding dean, and I just had the best time with her. So there she is with me. And let's see. Okay, is that it? Okay. Do you think we have? You know, we have a video of our time in Carson City, but I don't think we have time because I think it's the most important thing now is to get a conversation going. I'm very, very interested in if I can be helpful to you, take your comments, invite you to come to what we're doing and hear some discussion points that you may want me to address. So let's say that this is the end of the presentation, and now I can't wait to hear what ideas you have for us. Thank you so much. And then at the very end, we'll be inviting you already. We're going to be inviting you to our art walk on October 11th. We're going to be inviting you to our Hall of Fame on April 7th. You're going to be, hopefully after this visit, I can still nudge you to come to things or invite you to come to things. It would be a pleasure.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for speaking today. Our club is very focused on early childhood literacy in some challenged schools. We work with 4 different schools very closely. A number of years ago, we engaged with the UNLV Fine Arts Department on I think it was called an Arts Bridge program, where some of your students actually came out and taught social studies, math, and other things, but using the fine arts as a gateway to learn these things. Is that program still active, or do you do things like that still?
It's kind of, we believe in this work, and I'd love to work with you and your colleagues. The Art Bridge program evolved into something we call Community Arts Partnership, where we're sending visual artists to a homeless youth shelter, Shannon West, but we're very open to ideas, and we want to collaborate. So let's have a conversation about that. I think it's a beautiful project you're doing. Thank you. We have Judith.
I was so glad to hear of your support for a music therapy degree program finally at UNLV. After 28 years of advocacy there, nothing has happened. It was much easier to get state licensure for music therapists through the state legislature and governor than it has been to get a music therapy degree program at UNLV. What are the barriers today that we need to proceed through in order for that to happen?
I'm so glad that you mentioned it because it's been one of my goals that we will have this program. You know, I think it's about will, and it's about making a decision that we're going to do everything we can to move through the different stages that you need to move through to get a degree approved. But I would love to work with you on this. I think when the community comes forward and lets us know how we can serve the community best, we all benefit from that, and I do appreciate your advocacy. I would love to see us have a music therapy program. I think it's a wonderful profession, and our society needs it, and I really appreciate your words earlier today. Thank you.
Nancy, I just want to thank you for this presentation. Having been involved with UNLV for many, many, many years, back when it was Tumbleweed Tech, and everybody used to send their kids out of state and even went up to that other place up north, and we were always second to UNR in everything. And as of now, UNLV and virtually every department and every major is as good or more than our neighbors up north. And UNLV has become the school of choice for local kids who don't go out of town. And one of our major sources of income at UNLV are the out-of-state tuitions. So you have created so much over there. And I can't tell you how proud I am, and I'll start crying if I talk about it. But thank you so much. And everybody in Las Vegas thanks you.
Thank you. Carolyn, thank you for your leadership. It's such a joy to see a university that is in such a dynamic part of its history. We have so much to build on, and it's the best place I ever worked. Every day I wake up so proud that we can keep building on what we have. We are very ambitious in the best way. We want to take advantage of opportunities, and mainly we want to see that our students have an education that will prepare them beautifully for whatever life has in store for them. One of the things I was able to tell the legislators in Carson City is that we are the only College of Fine Arts in the state. There is a very, I want to say, respectfully, there is a very good art program up north, but it's fashioned differently. It doesn't have, in a way, the depth of support that a college has. So we're so fortunate to be a College of Fine Arts, where we stand proudly alongside, engineering and hospitality and business and liberal arts and medicine and nursing and the health science schools. And if I forgot some, I'm sorry. But I love our deans. I love our colleges. And I think the strength of the institution is obviously the strength of every facet of the institution, but the deep and important work, the research, the practice, the engagement that goes on in our colleges is just absolutely stellar. I can tell you that. And I do think Carolyn is right. We are just proud. We have a great university. And how special it is to be one of the people who has the accountability to really keep at it, never be complacent, keep growing, keep listening to the community, to our students, to our faculty, to our wonderful leaders on campus, and everyone, to see how we can keep serving people better. Because I think for me, it really is about accountability and serving and helping students make sure they have what they need to go out into the world and be incredibly successful in every way.
So Nancy, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that part of building a world-class program is having world-class facilities. And we are at a time when, as folks know, Ham Hall has been around for a long time. And so you have a very exciting project as part of us elevating the status of our program and ensuring that the students that come here get the best training and that we can recruit the best instructors, performers to come here. Please talk a little bit about that.
Kim, I thank you so much for making sure that I had a chance to tell you about one of our most exciting projects in the history of the world. I'm only slightly hyperbolic here. We have the chance right now to build a world-class art learning building on our campus, very likely to be at the site where Grant Hall is, one of the earliest buildings. We'll be finalizing all that very shortly. But this is going to be magnificent. I can't wait to come to visit in 5 years. And, we'll have lots and lots of events for the community. It's going to be outward facing to Maryland Parkway, kind of near Tam Hall, which is our alumni building, and it's going to be twice as tall as it is today. We have 2 stories. It's going to be 4 stories, similar to the new Hospitality Hall. It's going to have 100,000 square feet, as opposed to 25,000 square feet now. Can you imagine? It's going to be 4 times as big. It's going to be state-of-the-art. It's going to be led by the visual arts, but it's going to include all the arts. And we've been awarded. We're so proud by the Regents. We've been awarded $500,000 to hire an architect and to start looking at some renderings and some early marketing materials. It's still under wraps. We have chosen an architect, but because the state has a very deliberative process where you hire someone for quality, but then you have meetings about the finances, and we're just in those meetings now. We're not allowed to say anything about the architect because we don't know if we'll all agree about the finances. And if we don't, we'll go. We had 13 bids and 5 finalists, and we have a great team of people who made the choice, and all 5 finalists were wonderful. And we chose one, and in about a month, we'll probably be able to disclose who that is. And we're now going to be working in a new meeting in October to see if we can get some funds for the construction plans, which is as you all know, a very important part of the project. But this is going to be an amazing building. It's going to have state-of-the-art technology. It's going to really be on the forefront about what an art learning building is in our world. And I also want to differentiate it for some of you who are aware about the burgeoning art. We have a great museum on campus, and there's a lot of discussion about building a great museum at Symphony Park. The way we feel in the College of Fine Arts is we want to support all of our fellow artists. We love the Smith Center. We're so proud. And we want to distinguish this building from some of those other wonderful venues because this is a learning building. And what does that mean? That means that we're also going to take advantage of opportunities to have K-12 there, for example. We're thinking about having a Saturday school or after-school programs for all of our young children in the community. We want people from all ages to come. We want to have special community events and catering and a cafe and all that. We're going to have a brand new auditorium. We're going to have a new kind of a speaker series. We already have many wonderful speaker series on campus. But it's going to be state-of-the-art, and I think it's my time to say thank you very much. It has been a privilege to be here. Thank you.
Right here, Nancy.
Dean Nancy, your apartment sounds absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for coming and joining us today. I'd like to present you with our Share What You Can award, which means that we're giving a donation to the local USO in your name. Thank you again.
That's so sweet.
Dean Nancy just said she would like to give a donation to our club, so thank you once again. And she'll have some more information. She'll stay after a while to talk about the things she'd like to invite us to. You have a few minutes for that? It's on the table over there. Okay. In the words of a woman I most admire, Amelia Earhart, no kind action ever stops with itself. One kind action leads to another. Let's leave today building connections, taking kind action, serving one another, and rejoicing in the fellowship of Rotary. Meeting adjourned.